Here in the southern Iraqi city of Basra, a group of recently graduated oil engineers are being trained on drilling techniques.
After that, pulling out, opening the drill pipe.
They are the ones who will rebuild and modernize Iraq's oil industry, as the country is in urgent need of reconstruction and the steady stream of income through oil revenues. Since late 2009, BP and its partners in Iraq developed a program to increase production volumes from Rumaila. Expansion plans will make Rumaila ultimately the second largest producing field in the world. The project is now being run by an international organization formed by BP, the South Oil Company and Soma of Iraq, and PetroChina.
On the 1st of July, it all changed. There was the Rumaila operating organisation put into place. So we're paying for it, we're planning it, and now we're jointly operating it. So this has been the very big change that we've seen over the last 6 months. We're just starting to get that organisation in place, bringing 3,500 people over from SOC, transferring into the organisation.
Yeah, and I think the focus on activity, get the activity done, and the production will follow. If anything, it makes the target easier. It doesn't actually matter what your heritage was, whether you were BP, SOC, and PetroChina. And I think that's coming together. I mean, the way we've worked it is a very good split. So at the first level leadership, we have about 30% of each.
The people are so important. We want to make sure that the way you're transported is in a very safe way.
Almost 3,500 Iraqi staff from the South Oil Company have just joined the newly formed Rumaila operating organization. The move required careful and detailed briefing sessions about the new employment offer.
We held many meetings with the employees. They help us to learn what employees think about our offer. So far, the response has been very positive.
There's the monetary aspect to the offer, which focuses on various allowances and benefits that the SOC assignees will get in addition to their existing SOC package. But then there'll be the non-monetary side, which will be around the training and development offer.
Already we have a program to train our people for the English language, and we're starting that program to send 60 employees to train on the English language, and by helping by the British Council. And already now we have the first group, they will join that training. Plus, and we shall continue that program to cover all the people in the room. They must go and in that program for the training of English.
Although Rumaila is currently the fourth largest producing field in the world, most of its facilities are decades old.
A number of comments were made by Iraqis when I did ask them, what is the priority, what you think? The answer was clear: safety.
Safety of people is number one.
I think what we're going to have to do is start off with realistic expectations of what can actually be done. So we'll start off very basic, what we do.
We need to speed up the repair of this tank.
We will definitely look and inspect our facilities. We will upgrade the certain degassing stations to deliver 10% uplift. Then within the rehabilitation project we have a number of things which we will do, but definitely we'll look at our control system, we will look at our safety systems, we will definitely do the inspection of our integrity of the facilities and what are the ways to address this.
Dozens of senior oil engineers and other specialists from PetroChina are now working at the Rumaila project.
We have started transferring the people, the staff from different projects and from different organizations. And we try to introduce the most
experienced staff to take part in the project.
There are also plans for some Iraqi members of the RU to experience the international working environment in Sunbury. Security is one of the main challenges in running business in Iraq. Daily trips are managed by Control Risks Group, BP security providers in Iraq. Movements in the field are carefully planned and monitored.
Following the fence line all the way round to Orange 93.
We have very good setups here, and certainly I think the staff that are here, once we have people coming to visit, they want to come again. They want to get, this is where it's happening, and we're not having any real problems with people. Once they've lived it for a bit and get used to it, it's fine.
In 2009, the Rumaila team started up at the B&B accommodation and office facility inside the military base. In early 2010, the team moved on to the Red Barn inside the same military base, where modern office and communication facilities are available to a limited number of staff.
It'll become interesting in the second half of the year because we'll obviously have people at the Red Barn, we'll have people in South Rumaila.
South Rumaila will be the ultimate base camp for the project. Firstly, comfortable accommodation and office facilities were designed, and then the project went out to tender with local Iraqi companies.
We've awarded 12 packages. All of those packages have been with local Basra companies. Some of the items, obviously, they are sourcing from overseas. Some of our items, our accommodation units, are being actually manufactured in Basra. So that's been very successful. It's been great to be able to have local content.
This is an exciting challenge.
Yeah, that's a big challenge.
A big challenge.
Yeah.
And the rest of the contractors that are working for you, you're pleased with them?
We have safety guys working all the time
yes.
on the project. Yeah.
There is local companies that can do specific pieces of work, but there are also great opportunities from when international companies come in, and they'll be looking to venture in some ways with local companies, which is they will be employing their own local staff, they'll be developing their own local staff.
The planned production increase from 1 million barrels per day to 2.85 million barrels per day will generate significant revenues for the country. Her Majesty's Consul General to Basra, Alice Walpole, thinks that the motor for activity in southern Iraq is the hydrocarbon sector.
Preoccupations of the local community are, first of all, services. They still want more power, more water. There are problems around electricity. The second thing that they're looking at is employment. It's very, very high unemployment here, particularly among young people. And they're very keen to see some more jobs coming in.
Back at the cultural center of the South Oil Company, we speak to junior drillers after their training session. And, as always, the conversation comes down to employment opportunities.
There is many people in Iraq, and they have a certification, they are educated, and they have no work. I mean, there is many engineering, and they are very good, and they are ready to work in these companies, like me, like all other peoples.
The main message is that the Rumaila Operating Organisation is one organisation but is largely comprised of Iraqis. Over 90% are Iraqis, and that's the way it'll remain. We're bringing in expertise from overseas because we're increasing the activity so substantially on the field to increase the production. And all of that is getting the best from everybody, and ultimately to make Basra good.